I'm at Pershing INSITE with Carina Diamond.
Good morning.
Good morning. Carina, tell me a little bit about your firm and why you guys are at Pershing this year.
Sure. So I'm the Chief Growth Officer for Dakota Wealth Management. We are a registered investment advisor headquartered in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. We're about $3.5 billion under management and growing rapidly. We just had our 5-year anniversary.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
So how big is your firm in terms of executives and teammates?
So we're around just under 70 people right now, around about, I think, 12 states, about 15 offices. So up and down the East Coast, and then more recently in Billings, Montana, and as of a week ago, Stillwater, Minnesota.
That's really exciting.
So,
good for
thank
you guys.
you.
So let's talk a little bit about, okay, your firm is huge. You've got a lot of advisors, a lot of clients. What is your firm's approach to succession planning?
So succession planning is one of our part of our secret sauce is what I would say, because I mean, if you're a client, right, you're worried about running out of money, so you want the succession of your money, and if you're an advisor, you want a succession of your practice, your book of business, et cetera, and then if you're running a firm, you want your firm to continue on into perpetuity. And so Dakota, I think, has done a really excellent job at bringing in lots of younger people, so people in their 20s and 30s, for example, doing a lot of mentoring. And it's not just on the advisor side, it also is on the operations side, the administration side. So really, it's not just like redundancy of a role, but it's also really mentoring, finding the right people and really mentoring them, teaching them, and giving them a lot of love.
That's awesome. A lot of industries do that really well. They do like an executive career track and internship program. I know in our industry, it's something that's relatively young and fresh. And for an RA that's the size that you guys are, you're $3.5 billion, how do you find the time to dedicate to mentoring and engaging these next-gen advisors?
So it's, mentoring and teaching this next generation is definitely an act of love, which I think we widely share at Dakota. So really every office, so every group of advisors in a different geography has some younger people in that office that they are kind of grooming, training. We're really, really big on encouraging professional designations like CFP, AIF, CFA, et cetera. And we're really giving these younger people very meaningful work, and I would say a very high level of responsibility. So these are not people that are getting coffee for anybody. No one's ever brought me coffee. I don't need that, but that's not our culture anyway. But they're really giving meaningful work, like sitting in on client meetings. Maybe they learn to take notes, and then maybe they do some follow-up. And they really are learning versus just someone who's completely in the background that a client would never see.
So when you are engaging with these next-gen advisors, do they ever come to you and say, look, I don't really think client-facing is the path for me. I really found a passion with the ops side, or like what are those other career paths within your firm that you guys are exploring?
So I would say in wealth management and financial services in general, there's a lot of myths. I think we all know the myths that it's all about math and sales. And there's so many other great career tracks that people can take. So we're very flexible in terms of like, hey, maybe you thought you wanted to be an advisor, but you have a real knack for compliance. Or maybe you thought you wanted to do investment management, but you just really love talking to the clients. You're really good at it. So we're really flexible at that and try to give people exposure to all areas. And because of our size, we're not huge, but we're definitely a good size and growing fast, we have the ability and the flexibility to move people around when it's needed.
So you've prioritized mentorship and bringing on next-gen employees for a very specific business reason, I'm sure. What are the values that you've attributed to this work within your firm? Does it help you grow? Does it help you better connect with clients? What are some of those factors that make this a really good priority for you guys?
Sure, no, I love this question. Mentoring for us, it comes very natural to us, I think, and we've all done it. So we're a firm that came together from lots of different individual practices, but we were very like-minded. And it's amazing how the mentoring was a common denominator with a lot of the folks that are at Dakota. We find the clients love it because they like to see the young energy, first of all, and of course, new ideas bubble up. But they also like to know, like, hey, this maybe person is now 60, and who's coming up in the ranks this, so that in 10 years, like, who am I going to be working with?
Yeah.
So it really helps. And I would say even in M&A, for example, it's like, you want to have a practice. If you're looking to buy a practice, you want to have a practice that has at least given some thought to succession. And then if you're looking to sell your business, you want to be with a firm that isn't just a bunch of old people.
Yeah.
You want to see some diversity of age, among other things as well.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for talking with us today,
Oh,
Carina.
a pleasure.
This is Jess with Advisorpedia.